Today, in the latest Pokemon Presents presentation, Pokemon gave us a new trailer for Pokemon Legends ZA, and I think we have probably reached the point where we know all of, like, the major stuff about the game. There's probably not any other, like, new, like, really big features to reveal, because this one was a little bit low-key, you know, just kind of going into, like, some little more, like, little finer details, nothing, like, super-duper exciting or anything, but still, you know, pretty good. And I'm sure they are relieved because now that they have announced the Switch 2 edition, now they can just have that in all the trailers, you know? Like, now the trailers are finally going to look a lot nicer because they can just show off Switch 2 footage. So yeah, anyway, so what's the major stuff to look at here? As always, I am not a Pokemon professional. I am quite the casual player, so I'm really not picking up on every little thing here. However, Dragonite getting a Mega Evolution. Here's the thing. I, like, particularly did not play, like, the group of games where Mega Evolutions were featured. So I've really not engaged with them much at all. I can't even keep track of what Pokemon have Mega Evolutions. I think, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I think that might have been the only one that I did play that had Mega Evolutions, right? I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, so like I didn't even know that Dragonite didn't have one, but apparently people have been waiting for this for quite a while. I'm actually a big Dragonite fan. So I do think it is cool that Dragonite is getting such, it's from, you know, from my childhood. Dragonite, I think nowadays I probably wouldn't like Dragonite that much, like starting fresh. Just it's a little bit doofy, you know, a little Puff the Magic Dragon, but I don't know, there's a certain charm to it, and I when I was a kid, it's very special to me. So I do think it is cool that Dragonite is getting a Mega Evolution. I'm not 100% sold on the look of it. They kind of just took Dragonair elements and gave it to Dragonite, I get. Yeah, I mean, if there's a weakness in Dragonite, it's the tiny little wings that just make it a little bit silly. You could probably argue that that's the charm, but, like, I don't know. There is a part of me that's like, if you're gonna Mega Evolve a Dragonite, you might as well just give it some real wings. But instead, they put the wings on its head and, like, made them really huge. Yeah, I don't know. I like the tail part, but I don't know. I may need to warm up to the head wings thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll still end up getting one in the game just because I really do love Dragonite. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So that was a thing. So this trailer talked about the game's story and characters, and if I'm honest with you, I'm having a hard time keeping up here. I think it's one of those things where, like, I'm sure when I play it, I'll, you know, introduce me to the characters little by little, and I'll get invested in the story. I don't need to know about all that in the trailer, so my brain just kind of shuts down while they're, like, telling me. I will say, though, like, there's a lot of characters. They're really introducing every single character in the game they've been giving us. And I feel like the last time we got a trailer, here's this and this and this and this and this and this one, just this and this and this, just like a million different characters. But I mean, really, it's great to see that the game does have such a, you know, such a story with so many characters. That's, you know, that's part of the fun of some of the more recent games, is just really feeling like you're part of a team, you know, really feeling like there's this kind of these ongoing social relationships, and, you know, it's never like super complex or anything, but like it's something, you know. I like that the characters, that was one of my favorite parts about Scarlet and Violet, was just all these different characters and what happens to them throughout the course of the game. I think they've been doing really well in this department. So even if my brain kind of shuts down when they're giving me all this information and all these characters, I am looking forward to exploring all of it, and I'm sure there's going to be a cool ongoing story and everything. I will say, though, about the story, I don't want to complain too much, because I'm sure it'll be fine. But boy, the whole, like, the monsters are going rogue, we gotta get to the bottom of this. Boy, that is a popular variety of plot to have in games like this, isn't it? I don't know, like, It was the plot of Pokemon Legends Arceus. The Pokemon are going rogue. No one does. Oh, you gotta stop them and figure out what's happening. And so now it's that again. Pokemon are randomly mega evolving without anybody doing it to them, and they're attacking people. It was the plot of like the Detective Pikachu movie. It's been the plot of every Monster Hunter game that I have played, and that includes Stories, which was a spin-off. I played Stories 2, and I played Rise, and I played the new one. In every single case, it's just like, the monsters are going rogue. We gotta figure out what's going. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit tired of it. So it is, like, that was already a thing. Like, that was already a trope that I had recognized, and yet seeing it again here, it's a little bit funny. Again, sure, it'll be fine. I'm sure there's gonna be more to it than just that, but like, come on. Think of something new. So yeah, trailer gave little details, kind of reconfirmed some stuff. It did, it talked about how during the day you run around the city and you catch Pokemon, and then at night you do the battle royale or whatever, and you climb the ranks. I really wanted to learn more about that. I want to learn more about the day-night cycle, and it's probably not important enough to tell us ahead of time. It's probably the kind of thing you just get in the game and just like, when you're done with the day, you just go to your bed and it becomes night, and then when you're done with your night, you go to bed and it becomes day. I don't know. I'm really curious. I'm particularly curious to see how that works, if it's going to be on a timer or if it really is you get to choose. If you do enough things, do enough battles, does it automatically change the day? I don't know. For some reason, I'm curious. It'll probably be pretty simple, though. They confirmed that you can customize your characters, which is not something that I have ever been particularly fussed about, but I know that it is a very popular request on the part of the fans. People really do like to be able to customize, and, not every game has allowed that level of customization. Certainly didn't in Arceus, so it's kind of cool to see. I mean, like, I don't know, from the first trailers, it kind of showed off the main characters, and I kind of imagined they would do that again, kind of like, no, this is basically the look of the characters, but no, seems you can change everything, change outfits, and all your features and stuff, so that's cool. And they also talked about Furfrou, a dog that you can style in different ways. This is yet another Pokemon. I was like, is this new? I kind of thought it was new. I kind of thought that was them introducing, this is one of the new Pokemon in this game. It's a dog, and because you're in the city, and you can fashion it like a poodle. Apparently, this is an old Pokemon. I've just never seen it before in my life. The trailer talked about doing like little side quests and helping people out, and, that's not anything unexpected or revolutionary, but I always like it. If I'm enjoying a game, I always just like random little missions to do, some reason to go out, and it showed a cute little thing where like the Trebushes or whatever, like following them around. That's cute, so that's fun. And then and there's even a detective character that you get to help them solving mysteries. All right, yeah, I'll solve some mysteries. I'm into that. That sounds fun. And then it gave us our professor for this game, because obviously it's a Pokemon game and it's a Legends game. So, the first one was all about research. Just catching tons of Pokemon to research and gain levels and whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised if it was de-emphasized a little bit in this one, because that was like really the point of Legends Arceus. Like, that was the whole idea. Is like, this is so early in the history of Pokemon catching and training and research that like it's like the whole point is that you're part of the research team. Here, I mean, like, this is like what, the third or fourth trailer. Part of the way through, they've already introduced a bunch of characters, and then they're like, and then, there's like there's Mabel, there's the acting director of the Pokemon Research Lab, and, you help her out with catching Pokemon and researching. So yeah, I don't know, I'm curious to know how big of a thing it is. If it's just kind of like, kind of more of a side thing in this one, something, it's just, it's a benefit to catching lots of Pokemon. That's the thing, though. It was so core in the other game that was why you could run around free-throwing Pokeballs. It's because you were expected to catch a bunch of Pokemon. If that's not the overall point now, then is it still going to feel the same? Are you still going to have that incentive to run around and just like catch stuff over and over and over and over again? I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. Oh yeah, sorry to jump around. I'm kind of going through the trailer here. Another thing about the story and having to take down these rogue mega evolved Pokemon, it shows in the footage here. you're like teaming up with your little story teammates. Because you're like a part of a team with them. And it shows like you're all active battling together. And that's fun. That's really exciting. I don't know if there's going to be any like multiplayer element here, or if it really is just, you're teaming up with the CPUs. But even then, just teaming up with other players, even if it is just NPCs, but it's like that, the active battling system, and you're all teaming up. It's like a raid battle, but you're moving freely around. It's a really, really cool thing. I mean, I have been excited this entire time about the idea of these more active battles. I really do think it's a real evolution of the series. Sure, this version of it seems a little, looks fine. It looks a little bit stilted, maybe slightly awkward. It's not quite playing out like the anime yet, but I think it is an important step. And I just see the potential here. And even if there is no like actual multiplayer element, it's got me thinking about it. Seeing you run around with the CPUs, I'm imagining raid battles in the future where it's people all like in active real-time battle. I don't know. I just think it's very cool to see. So that's it. Unfortunately, they didn't really reveal much about the broader story. I want to know what's up with that weird dog. I think that dog is cool. It only kind of showed it a little bit at the end. So yeah, overall, it wasn't a super exciting trailer. It didn't really go really deep into a lot of like big stuff, big story stuff, or really big new features. But yeah, again, at the same time, they may just not have anything left. We may really have a pretty good idea of the game and how it's going to be. And, I'm sold. I was sold from the beginning. I love Legends Arceus, and this really does just seem like that, but a whole lot more. Just a whole lot more. I'm still like a little bit iffy on exploring a city instead of like open landscapes. It does still seem a little bit awkward, but it also seems like it's really evolving the series that much more in terms of just like features and content. There's just loads and loads of stuff to do. It looks like I spent like 100 hours or something on Arceus. And this just seems like it's got that much more stuff to do. I don't know if I'm going to have 100 hours to spend on it, but it looks like a lot. It looks like a real feast of stuff to do, and I'm looking forward to it. July, August, September, we got 3 months. We will be playing it in 3 months, and I am excited to do so. Thank you for watching this video.